Carol Kutke and the twins, Jean and Edith Zamboni, were childhood friends. They did not go to the same school, but were neighbors, and they lived just a block from each other. There were not many children in the neighborhood to do things in those days, and so the three of us rode bikes together, shoveled snow for the fun in winter, and slid down University Street Hill on our sleds. In the summer of 1937, before they were going to start 8th grade, they were playing at making a newspaper. It was fun, and they decided to do a real newspaper and call it the Newsette. The publishing house was Carol's house on Elm Street, and Mrs. Kutke did all our typing on a standard typewriter, as electric ones had not yet been invented, and carbon paper was the copier of those days. The first editions were done with colored pencils, all hand-drawn, and the pages would contain an original poem, an original story, sometimes even as a serial, society news, ads, and the covers were drawn by Carol. The comic strip was, of course, about a set of twins, Mizak and Kazim, backward and forward spelling, who were Mexican, so the newspaper had an international flavor. They also made up a song to sing when they rang a customer's doorbell and delivered the paper personally. It started out as a neighborhood paper, but soon acquired readers all around town. A columnist for the Journal Chronicle learned of the paper. His byline was a tiny E, and his name was Smalley. He wrote a flattering column about the Newsette, and with that publicity, a number of monetary donations came in, and carbon paper, and then Mr. and Mrs. Carl Hoffman presented the girls with a hectograph machine. From then on, illustrations could be done in color, and so the covers and comics printed in color for all future editions. Now Mrs. Kutke could type a master sheet and only need to do it once. The November issue was done page by page, completely printed using the hectograph. By January, 75 copies of the paper were produced and distributed by hand or mail. Oh, once the school year started, the Newsette was worked on after school, evenings, and weekends. What started out as editions of 50 by January had grown to 75. The issue for Valentine's Day is a February issue.